welcome once again to Ngasu TV Media. And in our previous video, I talked about the position of the youth, which are the majority in the Republic, in the Kenyan politics today. And I'll urge all of us to go and watch the video, subscribe, and even like. You can even leave a comment there. Now, in today's video, the subject of my discussion is still on politics. You might ask yourself a question: why am I basing my discussions on politics? Simply, we are in that period. The mood of the country is about elections. The current affair in the whole republic is elections. That's why I've taken this opportunity to pass my views and my discussions basing on politics, and specifically on the election process in our republic. And we all know how elections are in Kenya, positively by the way. I don't want to be misquoted. Now, my subject today is on the electorate. Is the electorate ready to do the election? The electorate actually is the people who are going to vote. It is us, the citizens, who are going to vote. Now, it has always been a narrative in Kenya that after an election, we agonize, we cry, we lament because of how the elected government runs affairs. Maybe because of lack of medicine, lack of funds, high levels of corruption, and that has always been the burden of electing bad leaders. Because if you look at the current state of the nation, of the country, and even the previous years or the previous governments, the problem has squarely been the problem of leadership. Because if you elect a bad leader, then remember, choices have consequences. The consequences of electing bad leaders, they will make wrong decisions or bad decisions, and we the citizen, we shall face the wrath of their decisions. Therefore, the electorate should be informed. The electorate should be vigilant. The electorate should have their eyes wide open, their ears wide open, to know and to make informed decision while in the ballot. Or what leader, which leader, whom am I going to elect in the presidency, in the gubernatorial seat, the member of parliament, the senate, the women representative, the MCAs? What kind of leaders am I going to elect? And why am I electing candidate A, not candidate B? Because we are the ones who will lament later if we make bad choices. And in my previous videos, I said something like, you are given handouts and then you vote for somebody. That has always been the backbone of problems in leadership. You are given 1,000, you are given 500, and then you suffer for the coming 5 good years because of merely 500 shillings, or let's say 1,000 shillings. Some go to an extent of 50 shillings, and you vote for somebody because of 50 shillings. And sometimes I find it very difficult to synthesize that even a person who has been known to be a village fool, I'm using the word fool because of lack of a better word, who has been known to be a village fool, and when they find the place to come to our churches, the clergymen even tell them to come and saunter in the front and have a seat in the front. And when they stand, if we don't address them as their majesties or their excellencies, you can be charged with treason. Yet we know they are village fools, and they are being asked to stand in a church and tell us, "Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name." Even God will be upset with us. Even God, in his book, he says, "You appoint unto yourselves kings and queens that I have not approved." And I'm afraid in this coming election, if we do not take care or take much precaution, we are going to face the wrath, just as we are facing the wrath of bad leadership in the current situation. Therefore, what's my point? My point is, with the electorate, let us not be materially endowed. Let us not be bought. We have the voter's card. We have the power in our hand. We've been given a blank check. Let us not buy a tuk-tuk and expect it to behave as a Mercedes Benz. Let us not elect thieves. Let us not elect hyenas. And we let the hyena to look after our goats. And when the goats are consumed, we wonder why. Let us not be in the wandering side. Let us elect leaders of vision. Leaders that have a plan for our country, for our sub-county, for our counties, for our constituencies. And for sure, if we elect leaders in that basis, then the country and the counties and the sub-counties are going to develop and solve the problems that are really tearing us apart. So let us not be bought. Let us not be intimidated. Let us not be persuaded by cash, by material, by anything else but the manifesto, the plan, the vigilance, the courageousness of this particular candidate. Another thing that actually we are fond of, another mistake that we are fond of making it repeatedly, is that you find our politics are ethnic based. That I'm going to vie for the presidency because if I get support from such an ethnic, maybe let us say tribe A, tribe B, and tribe C, if I get support from those tribes or those regions, then automatically I become the president. But should that be the question? Should that be the narrative? What about the other regions? What about the other tribes? What about the other ethnics? That's where again we lose it all. We allow these leaders to put us in ethnic warlords. But that should not be the narrative. Why should I go to candidate B because he's from my region and I know he cannot deliver? And some of them, even from how they speak, they say, you do not need to tell us what is in between your ears. The moment you start speaking, we shall know what is in between your ears. So let us not be ethnicized. Let us not be put in cocoons of tribes and say, I'll vote for tribe A because he is my tribesman. No. That you feel safe when your tribesman is in the presidency seat. That should not be the narrative. What about the marginalized tribes? What will they say? Will they really be happy to be in the republic where the president is from certain regions? That should not be the case. Let us vote for leaders because of what they are promising. And let what they promise be of good substance, be of goodwill to our nation. Therefore, as I conclude, because to conclude I must, and allow me to give you a story before I conclude, that there was once a poultry farmer, and what else can a poultry farmer keep rather than chicken? So one day he let his chicken go out to the bush, and in the evening, as the chicks were coming back, they came in with a stray chick. And my cue, it was an eagle chick, but it was alone with the chicken. So the poultry farmer said, I'll feed this eagle chick and let it lose its eaglehood and acquire chickenhood. So it stayed with the chicken and you could not differentiate it easily. So one day, a naturalist came to the farmer. While he was patrolling around the farm, he called the farmer and told him, why do you keep an eagle among chicken? Is this not a tragedy in waiting? The poultry farmer laughed and said, oh, I've fed it on a chicken feed that it has lost its eaglehood and acquired chickenhood.